Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, board. Thank you, MGFA. Thank you, everybody that's here for this opportunity. And it is an opportunity, so thank you. So I'm supposed to talk to you about my path on how I became strong, how I became MG strong. We use that a lot. So I'm going to share with you my story. Here's my recap. So 21 years ago, it all started with double vision, droopy eyelids. That was back in July of 1997. So I went to an ophthalmologist who said, I think what you have is Myasthenia Gravis. Of course, like most of you, never heard of that word before. And he said, I want you to go see a neuro-ophthalmologist who was the one who diagnosed me, okay? So that happened back in 97, ocular MG. Okay, so let's start taking a lot of Mestinon and prednisone, just like you. And I always use the term, instead of saying I took prednisone for many years, I used prednisone for 100 pounds. So, yeah, thank you. So I'm still trying to work on those. But anyway, once myasthenia was under control, we started coming down and down and down, where to the point where I was drug-free. I was not even taking a Tylenol, and that obviously felt really good. Then came that day, and I'm asked to share this piece of the story in our support groups, because it hopefully will help you and hopefully will empower you from my mistake. So twice a year, go to the dentist, get my pearly whites nice and clean, and the doctor says, hey, I found a little cavity back there. We're going to go ahead and take care of this right quick. And I'm like, hey, there was something about drug precautions you needed to do. And he's like, I got this. Let me just pump you with a bunch of Novocaine and lidocaine, and you'll be fine. Well, the cavity got fixed, but the very next day when I woke up, all of my myasthenic symptoms had come back. You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, it's back, or oh, it's going to be a bad day? That's what it felt after being 2 years with complete remission. So, what are the key learnings here on that example? Obviously, make sure when you go to the dentist, come with your brochure that the Myasthenia Gravis Foundation of America has around medical treatment, and you sit with your dentist, or regardless of, that's just my example, but any doctor, and you go over that with them, and you talk to your dentist or your doctor about the drug precautions. I failed to do that, all right? So, MG comes back the very next day, but it comes with a vengeance, and it shows her ugly face. And yes, MG, in my case, is a her. So now, it's now just ocular, but generalized. My neck muscles start going down, my torso, walking up and down, all of that gets impacted. So currently, I take Mestinon, Imuran. Every 3 to 4 weeks, I do IVIG and Rituxim, okay? Now, I just shared you the most boring slide out of my deck, hopefully, because it's got a lot of words, and there's 2 things that you learn when you're doing presentations, that in the first 7 minutes, if I haven't captured your attention, either you're going to be sleeping or just Googling or Facebooking. So I'm going to the next best thing, pictures. All right, so back in 1997, I started working for this little small beverage company. Some of you may have heard of them. All right. I'm very proud of my Coca-Cola tenure there. And you can see on that first picture the double vision, and my one eye is looking somewhere. And if you know me, and you look in my phone, all of the selfies that I have, they're not great of this looking guy. It's my bad days, because those are the selfies that I show my doctor and say, hey, this is what I'm having. When I'm having a bad day, this is what it looks like, or this is what my posture looks like. So, took a bunch of medication, and luckily, I ended up with that beautiful family up there. My 2 daughters, that little guy, who's a little bonus. Yes, there is an age gap there, but he is not an oops, he's a bonus. And my beautiful wife. Now, you can see there's a picture of somebody there in the dentist chair. That is not the dentist that brought MG back. This is my new dentist that listened to me, that actually took the time to go over the pamphlet with me before I even opened my mouth, okay? And that's how it has to be. But you ask yourself, what's that yellow thing? I'm sure you can tell. There's like a little, that happens to be October 31st, Halloween. And what better way to go to your dentist than dressed up as a banana? So I needed to stay in character, so I did. So she did the entire cleaning as I was still dressed as a banana the entire time. MG comes back, and now we are in 2019. Hopefully you see my smile there. And that's actually at the one of the infusion centers at Emory, where I'm feeling great because I'm fighting back, okay? If you all have, I know a lot of you have been to these conferences, and we've had 3 doctors, 1 politician, 1 Broadway director, and 1 author of a book as keynote speakers. Today, you're getting a warrior. So I find these little things in life as I'm traveling, and I found this one. Every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day. And that is something that is so true to our daily lives with myasthenia gravis. We will have our bad days, but we have to find those moments where it is a good day, where is the progress. Hey, I was able to get up and get dressed today by myself. I was able to get up and go to the grocery store and came back and then crashed. But I went to the grocery store. Right? Thank you. Hey, the walk, one of my favorite topics. Let's start with the 2013. That's the first year we ever did a walk here in Atlanta. Believe it or not, we all bundled up there because we had snow flurries in March in Atlanta. Thank you. And we're all there. That's Team Rockin' Rodriguez in 2013. There's my son in the little push cart on the bottom. 2014, a little better year, raised a little bit more money, bigger group. 2015, we could fit most of the people in the picture. And you can see 2014, 16, 17, 18, and we'll upload the ones from yesterday, all right? But let's point out something here. There's 2 pictures, the ones in the middle. Not just the guy in the middle, but what's missing or what's on the picture is what a lot of people asked me yesterday that was missing. Those of you who know me, and you can pay attention to all of these pictures, I'm wearing a tutu, right? The reason I'm wearing a tutu is because the first year I told all of my friends and family as I was begging for money that if you help me reach my goal, I'm going to wear a tutu on stage. And they said, oh, I got $20. I want to put you on all right, motivational. So, but yesterday I didn't wear a tutu. And a lot of you guys came to me, where's the tutu, Alexis? Where's the tutu? I didn't meet my goal. Now, I'm going to take you to this picture down on the bottom. This gentleman actually is in here somewhere. That is Philip Williams, and he's actually holding Becky Sue from Team Granny. And Team Granny, they're from South Carolina. Unfortunately, we lost Granny late 2016, 2017. But that picture that you see Philip carrying Granny through the finish line will give you chills, not because of that picture, but the picture that comes after. It's the two of them embracing each other and just tears because they helped each other. Philip is a bodybuilder who's stronger than everybody in this room. But the love and compassion that was put in that, and that's what the MG Walk does. It's helping each other. That's the motivation that I want people to have. When we have these MG Walks, it's not just the walk. The walk is a byproduct of the whole thing. It's meant to do two things in my book, and I've been very honest about this every time. It's to create awareness. It's to help raise funds. Oh yeah, by the way, we also do a little walking. Okay? So I'm going to take a little thinking moment here where I wet the whistle. Now is no time to think of what you do not have. Think of what you can do with that there is. Okay? How does that apply to our daily lives, Alexis, you ask? Well, again, we have to take every opportunity to make the best out of it. That's what I do every single day when I wake up, is I have to find what is it that's going to drive me to do the very best that I can. Okay? I can't just sit on thinking, hey, I can't do this today. No, well, I concentrate on what I can. That's just my MO. What can I do? So I get a support group going, right? So many years ago, we started our support group, but I needed my own little support team, okay? So who's that on the top left? That's actually Dr. Ethan Tolbert. He's an oncologist. He's the one who does my Rituxim every 2 months. And you can see he's got a great sense of humor, okay? The lady, the very good-looking lady next to me, it's my biggest cheerleader. And I can't look that way right now, so I'll look this way. She's the one that when I fall picks me up. She's the one that, as I think I'm invincible, reminds me that I'm not. And she's the one that just allows me to do what I want and keep fighting every day. The guy on the sunglasses there, that's Dr. Gavin Brown. You will get to meet him tomorrow. Unfortunately, he's at a wedding somewhere in Arizona or somewhere, I don't know. And he missed the walk. But he's my neurologist, and he is a lot of people's neurologist here in Atlanta, Georgia. Over 200 patients, MG patients, that he sees. And he knows a lot about MG. Pick his brain. He's got a lot of energy, okay? Those three kids, I just had to put another picture of my kids. They're my inspiration. They're my support. They're the ones that keep me going. Every single day I choose to fight harder and harder and harder. And what else can I do for you? The tattoo on the bottom, it's not me. I work in corporate America. I try not to have, I do have some, but not that one. That's actually from a member from our support group. And she's my support. She's telling the world, I have MG. She's helping create that awareness. She's helping talk to people because people will always ask. As a matter of fact, today during our breakfast, I met Bob's wife, Bob Ullman's wife, and she has a tattoo similar to that one. There she is in the back. That's right. And I told you, put a snowflake on that. That's the only thing you're missing. Okay? That's our support group there in the bottom. Those of you who went to the walk yesterday, that's where we have our support groups every month. The first Monday of every month, except for July and September, all of you are welcome. I make the coffee, and we have cookies. We have one of our representatives that brings the Oreos every time. Okay? Oh, speaking of that representative, the gentleman on that corner, that's my friend Todd. And he works for a pharmaceutical company that I still don't know which is, because he's never told in the group who he works for. Okay? For the last 5 years, he's come to just about every single support group meeting and has answered questions in regards to IVIG and has helped countless people with their insurance questions without once saying who he works for. Of course, I know who he works for. Yes. 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 He's there, and there's been time or two that he can't help them, but guess what he does? He'll pass them on to another company to help them out. That's the type of support. That's the type of people that I surround myself. I like positive people, and everybody there is positive. All right. So what do I do when I do it? Say that 3 times in a row. All right, so 21 years ago, I decided what am I going to do about this whole MG thing? I got props. 21 years ago, I read this book. It's called Living Positively with Myasthenia Gravis. I would tell you to go to Amazon right now, but I can't find it. It's out of print. This gentleman, Dr. R.C. Boynton, he's from Indiana, he wrote this book many, many moons ago, and this is what helped me. Which path am I going to take? Am I going to take I'm so sorry, I feel bad today, poor me, poor Alexis? No. I took the path of I'm going to fight harder and harder every single day and stay positive. Now, let me tell you, I've got bad days too. I know I just walked up that little ramp there, and I can, walk, and you guys saw me I had to walk yesterday. But there are days that Alexis cannot do that. Okay? There are days that the body starts going down. But I choose to find a positive. All right, I'm going to go off script. Every good presentation, you have to go off script at least twice. So I'm going to go off script here real quick. I've been feeling great. I get my IVIG. I've been doing good. So my wife's birthday was last week, and we went out for dinner, and I felt great. We got there. We parked far because I was feeling great. We ordered our food and ate this delicious steak and had a great meal, and then it hit me, and I start shutting down, and I literally start sliding down, and I'm about to just full face forward in my plate. And I'm just holding myself so I won't fall forward. That just happened last week, okay? Now, I could have taken the route of, oh, honey, we got to go. I'm not feeling great. You know what you do in a moment like that? You order dessert. Yeah. I ordered dessert because I knew it was going to give me another 15, 20 minutes to recuperate. All right, back on track. So life presents you with daunting challenges that leave you either broken, bitter, or stronger. That broken, those are our crises. Those are those really, really bad days that you end up in the hospital, okay? That's when we're broken. The bitter, that's when we're having our symptoms exacerbated and you're just having a bitter kind of day. But then again, we're stronger, right? Those are our great days. That's how life presents itself. Now, I'm always on the mentality of how can I help others? Who can I talk to? How can I make you all happy? When I was asked to do this keynote speaking, I thought, I'm going to be in front of a lot of people that I know, and they know me, and they know my story. So how can I motivate you guys? Hopefully I will by the end of this presentation. And is my shirt clean? Yes, my MG shirt is always clean, and I always wear my MG shirt. Just last Friday, this happened, true story. I'm at a restaurant, and watching the Mike Veal band, and I'm ordering food, and of course this young lady comes up to me. This is true story. This happened this Friday. This lady walks up to me and says, "Do you have myasthenia gravis?" I said, "Yes, of course." She says, "I have MG, and I've never met another person with myasthenia gravis before. I swear to you, this happened on Friday." And of course, the next words that come out of my mouth are you going to the walk? Are you coming to the conference? But unfortunately, she had to work. But now she's connected with me. And now I have her phone number. We're in business. All right, let's take another thinking moment here. Keep fighting despite the uncertainty and mounting obstacles. This is not peaches every day. I get it. And speaking of peaches, prop number 2. And to do our Southern hospitality, I want all of you, especially the folks that do not live here in Georgia, to leave with something from Atlanta. And at one of the booths out there from Briova, you will see the little jar of peach preserves. Now, I already did all the legwork and called TSA, and you will not be stopped because this is 2.5 ounces. 3.2 ounces, they keep it. So I did not want TSA to have, 350 jars of peach preserves. So those of you who are traveling, it is safe for you to put this in your carry-on. So thank you for our peach preserves and part of our Southern hospitality. Back to my thinking moment. So the resolve you're building and it's the process will make you unconquerable. And again, that is the philosophy that I take every day is this is making me stronger every day. This makes me want to fight for you every day. This is what I strive for. And hopefully the level of detail that we're putting into the walk yesterday, into this conference this week, that's what we're working hard for you, okay? That's what I do at my support group. And this is what I do for myself. So I have the support group, and of course we all share things with each other. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, and my support group may be a little jealous with me right now, but I have a secondary support group. And I can look right now at them because same thing happened earlier. But I have my own support group. One lives in New Orleans, one lives in West Virginia, the other one in Texas, the other one in Seattle, somewhere up there in Portland, somewhere on the West Coast. I don't even know where she lives, but she's up there. And those, of course, Wisconsin. Those are my MG friends that I only get to see once a year. And that's my other support group. I have my support group here in Atlanta, but I also have that other support group. And you have to have that, even as a support group leader, that you got to. So, hopefully these thinking moments will make you think. That was the whole premise there. Now, in conclusion, this is the second time I'm going to go off script. So this is the big one. Somebody asked me, let's talk about that tutu one more time. I put my goal at $5,000, and I met that goal. And of course, I want to raise that to $8,000 because I would do Roger and Dawn and everybody else. I didn't meet that $8,000, but I did pass the $5,000. So what do you guys think? It takes a real man to wear one of these, just for picture purposes. Yep. All right. Don't worry. I'll take your picture and it's coming off. There you go. I brought the tutu. All right, folks. I've really was honored to be asked to be a keynote speaker. Like I told you at the beginning, we've had 3 doctors, 1 politician, 1 director, 1 author, and now you have a warrior. That's my promise to you. I will never, never, never give up for you.